All right, so we've had some false start with the audio. We're going to clean that up in post. So I'm going to start all over again talking about G technology products. So we've got the shuttles over here. We've got the G-RAID over here. Then from the Z camera, we're going to show you is we've got a bunch of their little portable drives. We've been selling G technology products since there wasn't even a G-Tech. The history of the company goes back to Medea hard drives. We've been with them from the beginning. We love their drives. I use their drives all the time. G-Tech is a part of Western Digital. Right now they're transitioning, well, not transitioning, the industry is changing from hard drive only to hard drives and solid state drives. So G-Tech, like all the drive manufacturers out there, have hard drive and solid state drives based solutions. So we're going to go into all of them today. And what we're going to start with is the G-Tech Armor ATD. Now the Armor ATD is right here. And I want to go to the Z-Cam so you can see just how big they are. And, you know, in the pre-show, I showed my Samsung phone. Now, this is the Samsung Note Plus, but you can just see, you know, how big and the size of these drives are. So I'll keep that on the table for me to use for size comparisons. These Armor drives are great. They're USB-C and Thunderbolt. Transfer speeds up to 140 megabytes per second. They are resistant to everything. They're a nice little rugged drive. Very well made. I'm tapping on it. I think you can hear how solid they are. 1 terabyte starting at $79.99 all the way up to 5 terabytes at $199.95. The next drive family we want to talk about are the GDrive Mobile SSDs. Now, I have been in love with these drives for a very long time. They're great drives. They're super small. Oh, I messed up. I meant to wear a pocket because I always drop it in the pocket. I always dropped it in the pocket, dropped it right on the table. But I'll show the drive right here so you can see it in comparison. And here is my Note. So you can see it is smaller than my Galaxy Note. It's about the size of, I would say, an iPhone. Really super small. This has USB-C connectivity, so you're going to get about 560 megabytes per second off of that. It's an SSD-based solution. It's crush-proof, waterproof, comes in 500 gigabytes, 1 terabyte, and 2 terabyte. The 500 gigabytes starts at $109.99. The 1 terabyte is $259.95, and the 2 terabyte is $479.95. A great family of drives. And then they have the drive that I really love, and that's this product right here. Dun, dun, dun. This is the GDrive Mobile Pro SSD. This is an NVMe drive, so it's the super fastest possible storage that you have. It's durable, shock resistant, Thunderbolt 3 only, transfer speeds up to 2,800 megabytes per second, crush proof, waterproof, dust proof. If you see, if we could show these both again, I want to see if we can catch the light on the overview camera. You can see how there's that blue inside, the blue metal. And the blue metal that you're seeing inside, that's actually how the heat is dissipated through the blue through these fins. So these things run really cool, which is very nice. And starting at $279.95, I really think the 1 terabyte at $379.95 is a great deal. And with the speed and performance you're getting on that, 2,800 megabytes per second, this is the ultimate portable drive for people who need the very fastest connectivity data transfer rates out there. And 2 terabytes at $699.95 is expensive, but it's still a good deal. Next, let's talk about the G-RAID. This is the G-RAID with Thunderbolt 3, but it's got both Thunderbolt 3 and USB-C. Now, on this camera, I'm going to turn this around for us so we can see the back of it. And you can see that it's got both Thunderbolt and USB-C. Now, those are two different connectors. Unfortunately, when these drives are designed, the newest connectors that are available now, there are connectors just coming out which do USB-C and Thunderbolt, but they really, when this unit came out, it was one or the other. But this is a great little unit, 8 terabytes starting at $599.95. In fact, I want to put this over here on this one, right? This is how we can show the back. There we go. And I know the lighting is not great on this. I apologize for that, folks. So you've got Thunderbolts and USB-C both. Now, it's the same type connector. We're going to do a little tech tip on that later, but this is a great little drive. I really love these RAIDs. They're the original drives that we started selling from the G-Tech brand. You know, you set them up as either RAID 0, which is for maximum throughput, which gives you the full capacity, or RAID 1, where it's mirrored for redundancy. The 8 terabyte is 2 4 terabyte drives. The 28 terabyte is 2 14 terabyte drives. Starting at $599, I think one of the sweet spots for this is 20 terabytes at $1,000. If you're looking for a big chunk of fast storage that can handle 4K editing, you know, 4K compressed workflows, this is the way to go, you know, ProRes 4K. So I really love these units, G-RAIDs. We've been selling them forever. They're reliable and rugged. I think I've got some G-RAIDs that are 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years old still operating. I mean, they're built really well. Next, we're going to start talking about the G-Speed Shuttle 4-bay and the 8-bay. So the 4-bay and the 8-bay are right here. Now, this is a special version of the 4-bay we're going to talk about in a little bit, but the 4-bay and the 8-bay have multiple bays, and these, I'm going to come around now so I can show you what goes on, and hopefully I won't trip on my mic cord, but you can actually remove these drives and hot swap them when you need to hot swap them, because if you're configured in a RAID, you can remove one drive and rebuild the rest of the RAID, which is very, very cool. You can also modify these with the G-Tech EV workflows, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the program. So the 4 terabyte G Shuttle, the 4-bay G Shuttle starts at 16 terabytes at $16.99 up to 56 terabytes at $39.95. Now these are Thunderbolt 3 only with transfer speeds up to 500 megabytes per second. They can be daisy chained up to 5 additional devices. And like I said, very reliable, very good product. But what I wanted to jump to is this one right here, which is really special. This is the Shuttle, but it's loaded with SSDs rather than drives. So I'm going to come around again to show you what this is really all about, because this is a drive that's a great secret, and I think it's really a cool product. So I press these buttons, you'll see. What I can do is I can remove these drives. Now these are SSD drives, as you can see right here, nice and small and light. I pop them right back in. And now I'm getting 8 drives of RAID throughput, SSD based. And what I really like about the fact that it's all SSDs is it's light. It's much lighter than if it was filled with hard drives. So this is something that's truly portable and luggable to take out in the field and on the road. And what I think would be really amazing, and I put this request into G-Tech, is I'd like to see one of these that had 6 SSD drives in it and then a reader from their EV series readers, of which you could put either a red reader, a CFast reader, or an Atomos reader. We can get more into those workflows later on in this program as well. All right, next let's talk about the big kahuna right here, the G-Speed Shuttle XL Thunderbolt 3. These suckers are big, they are fast with a ton of storage. We're talking 32 terabytes starting at $38.99, but the real sweet spot is 96 terabytes. That's almost 100 terabytes of storage. Thunderbolt 3, 2,000 megabits per second, so it's going to handle all your 4K workflows for $69.99.95. That's under $7,000 for almost 100 terabytes of storage. These, I'm going to say they're luggable. They're not quite portable. I mean, this thing's heavy. But it's a good drive. You can get either one of these configured with a case, a Pelican case, to make them more easy to transfer, put on a train, take them with you on the road. But I really love these solutions. They really work well into the bigger EV workflow solutions we could get into a little bit later. So G-Speed Shuttle XL is another great product from the folks over at G-Tech. All right, want to break into some tech tips now, and you can leave me on the camera for this, because I think it's pretty readable over my shoulder. And that's, I want to make sure people understand that USB-C does not equal Thunderbolt. A Thunderbolt drive will not plug into a USB-C port on your computer, and you can't plug a Thunderbolt 3 drive into a USB-C port on your computer, and you also can't plug in a USB-C drive into a Thunderbolt 3 drive on your computer. If you do that, you're going to run into problems. So it's not a cross compatibility that's there. Now, there is a new chipset that's coming out that you're going to start seeing drives that have a single port that's both Thunderbolt 3 and USB-C, but for now, G-Tech doesn't have a product that fits that category. Now, what I will say also is that what you can do if you are a Mac person is you can buy an inexpensive $50 adapter from Apple that will allow you to hook a Thunderbolt 3 hard drive up to a Thunderbolt 2 port. But it's not, when you use this Thunderbolt 2 adapter, it's going to negotiate down to Thunderbolt 2 speeds. You're not going to get your full Thunderbolt 3 speed. So you can use one of these drives with a trash can type Mac with this adapter, but you're not going to get the throughput. You're going to be limited to a maximum Thunderbolt 2 throughput of about 1,000 megabits per second. All right, that's my tech tips section for the show. All right, next we're going to get into different workflows. So before we get into the workflows, I'm going to sip a little bit of my water. I apologize. Let's talk about how these workflows work with the G-Tech and the workflow. So the red workflow is, this is a little red mini mag reader. You put your red mini mag in here. Then you pop this into an open EV bay in your Shuttle XL or your Shuttle 4 bay, and now you can read the red mag stuff into your computer. Now, one of the things I was thinking is how cool would it be if I could get one of these that had 6 SSDs and a red mini mag reader, that now as a red person, I could be bringing that data in. 6 times 2 terabyte drives would be 12 terabytes of SSD storage. With the red reader, I could suck in multiple, about 12 960 meg mini mags into one hard drive that I could not only bring it out in the field, get all my data into one place, but even cooler, it's so fast with Thunderbolt 3 that I can edit up all my 4K red workflows. I'm not going to say I can edit 8K, but I can do 8K compressed with this. And this is 2800 is the fastest attached drive I know of, and it's a really fantastic product. Now, we did a complete show on the red workflow. I'm going to say it was about 4 or 5 months ago, wouldn't you, Oliver?
Just about.
So you can watch that show, and we'll put the red workflow notes on the YouTube page and on our blog post where we do it. But it is basically, the concept is you shoot with your mini mags, you take your video onto the mini mag, you read it into your Shuttle or your Shuttle XL, and then you go editing. You can also make additional copies if you want to use other other cartridge drives in your workflow. So it's a very cool workflow. There's also a bunch of videos on the G-Tech YouTube page as well with some of their G-Tech, what do they call them? The G-Team. With the G-Team members, those are kind of famous photographers using the G-Tech stuff and how they use it in their workflows. Now, the same kind of workflows also work for Atomos. Now, you guys know the Atomos field recorders are phenomenal products. The Ninja 5 is probably the best-selling product we carry right now. Well, there's a whole Atomos workflow, too. So let's cut to that workflow a little bit, because that workflow is a couple things. First of all, G-Tech sells Atomos drives. These drives I can put right on the back of my Atomos field recorder. They have them with SSD or with hard drives. I'm going to recommend the SSDs because we're really talking about high-end workflows. You pop that into the G-Tech cartridge like this, put it into your storage, your Shuttle, and now you can copy your footage right into your hard drives. That is a workflow that I believe we put a story together and a video on also in the past. So that's a great one here. But here's all the various products in that family with the EV series and the Caddies as well. The Caddy 4Ks are the SSD ones. The Caddy HDs are the ones with spinning hard drives, depending on your workflows. At this point, if you're using field recorders, if you're using Red, if you're using Atomos, you need to get on board the SSD bandwagon because you're going to want that throughput, trust me. All right, one of the things I want to double back to is that both the Shuttle XL and the 4-bay have Pelican cases available. These are cases that you can put these products into. They fit nicely into it. There's slots for some extra storage, extra drives, and what have you. And now you can take them on the road with you anywhere you want to go, and they also can be used on airplanes if you're traveling by plane. Let's review a little bit now if we go back, because one of the things people say is, you know, I'm a little confused. I've got these new Armor units as well as the GDrive EV ATCs that were out there. Armor is really the new stuff that they're moving towards. These are dedicated triple layer shock rugged drives. 1 terabyte $89.95, 2 terabytes $95.99, 4 terabytes $135.95. The ATC is their older solution where they put the basic drive units into an ATC container. And that container is waterproof, shockproof, the whole 9 yards, 1 terabyte at $129.95. They have those available with Thunderbolt for $199.95. And then I want to just review SSDs and what they have. They've got the GDrive EV RAWs for $179. They've got the Mobile SSD that we spoke about. That's, if we can put that over my shoulder, that's this one, this little one right here. Oh, right here, I'm sorry. Dun, 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 that's this one. That is starting at $129.95. There's the Pro SSD. That's the one I really love. That's NVMe. That can get up to 2,800 megabytes. And then there's the G-Speed Shuttle 4-bay. That's the one over here, starting at $49.95, loaded with the SSD. So when it comes to SSDs or spinning hard drives, G-Tech's got great solutions for you either way. Guys, I know we're having a little problem with the Facebook feedback loop. Has anyone given us any questions or any comments from the audience today?
All right, Krugas says, I have a late 2013 MacBook Pro 15. Which external hard drive for editing do you recommend?
I believe that MacBook Pro has Thunderbolt 2 on it. And if it's going with Thunderbolt 2, I would recommend you get that $49 adapter we showed and one of the Thunderbolt 3 drives here. I am not sure if that unit has USB-C on it. If it has standard USB 3.1 with the A-type connector, you can get, almost all our USB-C products come with a cable that's C to A that you can hook that right in and go with it. So you could get a USB-C product with a C to A cable, or you can get a Thunderbolt 3 product with that converter to Thunderbolt 2. And if I'm wrong and you don't have Thunderbolt 2, just ping me on it and I'll correct that answer. Thanks a lot. Okay. Next week's show, we're going live with the gang from Bird Dog in Australia. Now that show we're going live Monday night at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Now the reason we have to go live Monday night at 4 p.m. is because these guys are in Australia and it's 7 in the morning for that, 8 in the morning for them. So we're going to bring in Dan Mal, and I don't know if Eamon's coming in too, but I know Dan's going to be there. And we're going to bring him in via Skype TX, via the TriCaster TC1. Have him on the show. He's going to talk about not only all the Bird Dog converters, and now they do NDI encode and decode. The full range of cameras is now shipping, including the A200 and 300, which are the external outdoor weather cameras. We're going to talk about when they're going to have their controller available, and then more importantly, we're going to talk about some software things that they have that are really cool that are coming out. They have the comms, which is working now, and then they have their cloud product, which we're going to go into, which will actually let you go NDI beyond your network into the outer interweb across the internet to the other side of the world if you want. So we're really excited about that. Then we're going to come back 12/3 and we're going to do the Ask the Video Guy show. Now, we had great response to that show. We had a lot of people participate in it. We had a lot of questions that came in over the course of that, since that show. So we're really excited. That's going to be the first Tuesday of every month. We're going to do Ask the Video Guys. That got a lot of traction. We liked it. You liked it. That's great. Keep sharing it and telling about your friends. Comment on that show for things to put into future shows. We want your questions. We want that to become an interactive, participatory program first Tuesday of every month. And then we're going to come back and talk about Glyph and what kind of stuff they have new in their storage line. So that's what's new for you folks. 20 minutes in, G Technology Storage Solutions. Guys, we love G-Tech over at Video Guys. They make great products. Rugged, love the form factor of this. I have to apologize, I'm getting a call. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you bring your phone in the studio, something no one should ever do when they're live. I obviously did, so I'm paying the price. Great drives, we've got the rugged. There we go. We've got the XL. We've got the Shuttle 4-bay, which is available, and the XL can be populated by SSDs also, but I'm really excited about the 4-bay populated with all SSDs or with hard drives. There's the 8-bay, we've got the Video RAID, we've got the other units over here. A great show. G-Tech's a great way to go with your storage solutions. If you have any questions about video storage, you know you can give us a call, 800-323-2325. And folks, help us be more popular. Please like us on Facebook, like us on YouTube, give us your comments, share, follow our tweets, follow our blogs. Thank you for participating. This is Gary from Video Guys. Peace.
Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.